Was good. This thing though. What I take from the Shannon Sharpe situation is that men need to be more disciplined, and you need to be more cognizant of what you're saying during a conversation. Whether it's in person or especially on the phone, what you texting, because these things, people save texts, conversate, they record, people do weird shit now. And they'll be in a relationship with you. But in these cases where it's somebody who has some wealth, status, a lot of these women be set, this seemed like a setup to me. At some point she realizes this dude just gonna dog me out, smut me out, and move on. I'm gonna get something out of this. And that's apparently, but our own lust, men that is, we be laying the traps for ourselves. I think what men need to be cognizant of, though, is because a lot of, and I say regular dudes as in non-celebrities, be cognizant of the women you have in your orbit, how close you are letting them, because you got certain women you can't even let them into your personal space. It's just we link up at the telly or your spot, and I don't recommend that either. But to each their own, But as far as the problem a majority of men, the trap that a majority of men fall into is y'all forget the rules of the game once you get on. You know what I'm saying? You forget the true nature of women once you get on, because once you get some money, some status, you get deluded into thinking that you that dude, because it becomes a little easier then for a lot of dudes who, get the attention of women once they get status, some money, and they putting it out there, fishing, and fuck around and catch a snakehead. And that's a majority of what the case it seems to be to me. So what I mean by, don't forget the lessons you learned on the way up. Because once you get up, it's going to become easier. It's going to, all of a sudden, you're going to start feeling like, shit, I'm really that dude. You know what I'm saying? But it's what they feel like they can benefit from. So don't forget the rules of the game, that when you was down and what, you know what I'm saying? Because you will know the true nature of a woman when you broke. Women have a lot less tolerance for broke dudes. Y'all not gonna get treated with the same level of, you know what I'm saying? Dudes that have money and status gonna get a lot more leeway, obviously. But at the end of the day, man, they fall for the same traps, caught up in their lust. And now you in a position where you compromised, and you got to pay somebody off 10 million, 50 million for some cooch, man, some basic cooch. Come on, dog. So it's like, y'all be thinking y'all players, but y'all the ones getting played for real. So it's like, and I'm not going to get into my own personal, because I never had to chase women or try to lead with my wallet or things of that nature. And that's a dangerous game to play, man, because you got to think of it like this. Before you got on, how were women treating you? I'm saying generally in your life, when you was just a regular anonymous no one, before you, whether you got a high-paying job, whatever, you own your own business, you that dude now. Now all of a sudden it seemed the floodgates then open, and, but you have to think back to when what's the difference? What's the difference in between now and when I was broke? So is it real swag? Is she really on you? So like I said, man, dudes lust and their ego set them up for this shit every time. And ain't no situation I'm gonna get myself involved in with a woman that's worth me having to pay her off 10 million. Now on this audio, look, it's women out here that like to be choked during sex. Is this groundbreaking news or something? It's men that like to be choked water. Listen, so it sounds like some kinky shit going on, but okay, that's the average person's bedroom, But when you get on the phone and you get to talking all spicy and, you got to be careful, man, especially if you dog walking these women, because when the shoe on the other foot, because it's a different game now. This is not 30 years ago when men had all the advantages. You know what I'm saying? It's different now. So all it takes is for a woman to, y'all like playing kinky games, putting cuffs on each other or whatever the case may be. But when y'all fall out, you know what I'm saying? You got to, but, so don't let your lust overrule your logic, man. And stick to the rules of the game. You got to play the game the same way if you're playing the game. I advise men now to find you a good woman and get married. All this player shit, man, it's too many pitfalls for the band now. Like I said, man, there used to be back in the day, men could move around, have their cake and eat it too, be married, had 3 side chicks, multiple kids all over the city. It's different now. And that cooch would be a recipe for your destruction. I'm telling you, So, stick to the game, man. Remember the rules of the game. Don't get money and then all of a sudden forget that these women just as shrewd, when it comes to, manipulation, when it comes to playing the game, these women play the game better than us, actually. We trying to catch up to them, but they always 2 steps ahead and they always will be, because they have the cooch and men chase the cooch. It don't matter how much money men have, how much power. Ain't nothing on this world more powerful than cooch. To a lot of men. 216 Skano, you already know.